Good evening. Welcome to the Cellar. I'm your host, Richard Glover. You're tuned in to another amazing night in the Cellar, where we talk about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. The Cellar is a provocative forum inciting provocative conversation about wine and the luxurious lifestyle of the wine consumer. I always invite many guests to host the show with me, like wine sommeliers, chefs from all around the world. I have people who are industry favorites in other industries, like the fashion world and lifestyle. So tonight, we're geared up for a really amazing night, and I'm excited about tonight because tonight we have an amazing and special guest in the Cellar, and I'm going to tell you about him very shortly. However, though, tonight I want to say a big shout out to my Cellar Nation. Thank you so much for continuing to support the show. If you're watching the show on our Facebook fan page, go there and like it and share the show tonight. Share it and like the show. That's the Cellar Wine Show with Richard Glover on our Facebook page. And if you're watching live on YouTube, you go to the button that's red and it says subscribe. Subscribe there and like it and make a comment. We love your comments. That's on YouTube, and it's the Cellar Wine Show with Richard Glover as well. And tonight we've been able to go back onto my main personal page, Richard Glover. So while you're there, share, and like the page, like the show for tonight. I have an amazing guest, like I mentioned earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman has been around Washington, D.C. for a long time. He's not just a Washington, D.C. personality. He's a national, international personality. And we're going to talk to him tonight about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. The one and only Mr. Joe Claire will be in the show tonight. Yeah, this gentleman is amazing. I've always watched him, what he does, and what he does as a radio personality, and the things he's done on BET, and as a VJ, and also as an actor. But before we get there, we're going to take a quick short break because this is National Ice Cream Month. Now, for those of you out there that love ice cream, this is the month that you can enjoy. And this was created by our former president, Ronald Reagan, who created National Ice Cream Month. And on the third Sunday is National Ice Cream Day. So this whole month, we're going to kind of share with you some few different ice cream. And I'm not a big ice cream person, but every once in a while, I get a Klondike bar. So, I might bring some Klondike bars on here and give some away. So don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. You're tuned into The Cellar with Richard Glover, where we talk about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. And when we come back, Joe Claire will be here in the studio with me. Welcome back to The Cellar. I'm your host, Richard Glover, where we talk about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. And tonight, if I didn't tell you early, our topic is wine, comedy, entertainment, and the holiday.
Okay.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, I have him right here in the studio. I got him. DC's own Joe Claire.
Hey. Thanks for having me, sir.
Man.
Hey, everybody. Good to see y'all. How's everybody doing? All the cameras around. Hey, everybody. Peace and blessings. Peace and love to you.
Wow, yes, this indeed. Guy is amazing. He's the same way on the radio, man.
Yeah. You can't switch it. I'm from C Pleasant. You can't. Come on, man. I'm from C Pleasant. They don't let you switch.
They don't let you switch.
Nah, they make you better be who you are the whole time. Or you can't come back around C Pleasant.
I understand.
Landover, Capitol Heights.
You know, I used to live on the outside of. I used to live in Mitchellville.
Oh yeah, that's Mitchellville too.
Yeah, I used to drive straight through there on Central Avenue, yes, going all the way home. I lived right next
indeed.
to
I graduated from Largo High School,
really?
class of 80 or whatever it is. Yes, indeed. Yes,
awesome,
indeed.
Man. So you are a Washingtonian then?
Well, more of a Prince Georgian.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it. We got to get it correct because you know how DC is. They don't play that. So I'm a Prince Georgian. Okay. However, when my parents split, my dad moved into the city.
Okay.
So weekends was in the city, and then weekdays was at my mama's house.
Okay.
In Prince George. My father lived on 14th and Rhode Island. Well, first he moved all the way up to like Grover, Cleveland, up there by the zoo.
By the zoo, yeah, okay.
Yes, he moved up there by the zoo.
Yeah,
it's very, very nice.
It very
and then,
it is.
But then that pocket wasn't right once he had to start splitting that check the correct way.
But you know, I lived by the zoo, actually behind the zoo.
Okay.
On Adams Mill when I was in school at GW.
Okay.
But I kind of began to hate it because Saturdays, if I left out my house and drove my car, there was no parking.
Not at all.
Not because the zoo was open.
For sure.
And then, of course, early in the morning, I would hear all the animals when they wake up. That was the first one I heard.
The elephant first.
Elephants.
Yeah, I know that's they. And my mom was a professor at GW. A lot of people don't know that. My mother's a very accomplished writer and professor.
Really?
Here in the area. Maxine Clare is her name. You got to
since
this is a wine show, it's a great place to talk about the literary side of
Absolutely.
Joe Clare.
Absolutely.
So look up Maxine Clare.
I sure will.
Very, very accomplished writer and author here. And then my dad was. Well, he's a whole nother story. His name is Joe. I'm Joe Clare the third.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he is. If you bump into anybody who knows my dad, oh man, he's a character and a half. He was. Rest his soul. Rest his soul. Definitely. But even though he gone, he here though. He one of them dead people that's still here. That's like always showing up and stuff. He ain't finished his business on the earth. And it be practical stuff, not like show up and
right.
You know, he show up when you brushing your teeth. You know you need to get that back one. You know that.
So wait a minute, so Joe,
you know that back one about to come out your head. You hear it out like oh, that's Dad telling me to take care of my teeth.
So Joe, you are a stand-up comedian.
Yes, I am.
I can see it already. You know?
Yes, I am a stand-up comic of amongst many things that I do. I haven't been able to, pinpoint exactly what I do professionally.
Okay.
I've made money as a stand-up. I'm good as a stand-up. I'm about to shoot a special in this next year or so. Okay. Well, before the next 365 days, I'll shoot a special.
Okay.
But I also do, I have a number of other interests that I've also have been able to make money at. So. Right. Stand-up comedian is one of the things that I do.
Host, radio personality.
True indeed. Been in and out of radio for, since I started at WPGC in 1995.
Really? Okay.
I started at WPGC in 1995. Me and Big Tigger had a hip-hop show. I remember that. A Sunday night hip-hop show. Shout out to DJ Flex and Big Tigger for that. And then when Russ Paul was coming to town, I was on the original Russ Paul morning show.
I remember that.
It was me, Russ, and Jeannie Jones, and then Jeannie left, and then Olivia Fox came.
I remember both of them.
And then after that, I moved to New York, and then I worked at Hot 97.
Okay.
The biggest radio station on the planet.
Right.
I worked at Hot 97.
That's right.
I was a weekend guy there. Shout out to Angie Martinez. If any of these PC, Angie Martinez was, she used to coach me and tell me what to do. Flex and, all those people were real, those were real cool people to work with. So yeah, I did radio, and now I'm, back here.
I know.
Luckily we're doing the show the day after, 2 days after I got let go.
Oh, no.
From the Joe Clare morning show.
Wait a minute, though. Maybe I need to get Joe Clare on the Cellar more regularly.
Yeah. I need something to do. My wife is already sick of me being home, so yeah. She's giving me honey-do lists that don't have nothing to do with my skill set. Wow. I was up on the roof. She had me up on the roof. I don't know nothing about no shingles. Only shingles I know about is a disease.
But I know one thing, you're going to have some real good comedy coming out of that.
You think not? Every day. I got a strong black woman, so it's comedy every single day.
That's amazing, man.
Every single day. Let me say this. Every day until it ain't.
And you know what those days are.
Yeah.
You know already.
Yeah, I know what days she ain't playing.
Shout out to the single, not to the single, but to the serious-minded women out there that stand behind and beside their man. And
yes, indeed.
As well as keep us in check, too. I'm just
hold me down. Yeah, she holds me down.
Hold us down.
That's my girl.
So, Joe, the night show is about wine, comedy, and, of course,
beautiful
4th of July. And I'm going to give out some 4th of July tips later on.
Okay.
On what good wines to have for hamburgers, steaks, crabs, whatever it is. I'm going to, seafood, I'm going to match that out for the folks tonight.
Okay.
But Joe is here with me tonight, so you're going to enjoy hearing a whole lot from him. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm just going to sit back and let him, he's going to run the show. He's my special co-host tonight. I'm excited to have you, Joe.
I'm excited to be here. This is dope, brother.
It's great to meet
you,
man.
Listen, y'all, the Cellar is dope. It's bomb. I'm glad to be here. The Cellar is really, 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 really dope, man. I like this a lot, man.
We appreciate that. We're glad to have you, man. This is a home. Anytime you want to come through.
All right, don't wait. Here, man. Mess around, coming here, and I'm in here sleep on your couch. Joe was here all night. He was here all night. I think him and his wife having an argument or something. So he said, you told him anytime. He big. He was looking for a shower.
I don't know if we got a big shower. We got something back there. You know?
He went and hollered at the people on Hanover. He know everybody around here.
I'm telling you. So don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with Glam with Malia. You're listening and tuning in to Richard Glover, The Cellar with Richard Glover. We talk about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. And my special guest, Joe Clare.
Hey there, my name is Steve Christensen. I'm the Executive Director of the National Ice Cream Retailers Association, and I hold in my hand an extremely important document. It is a proclamation signed by President Ronald Reagan and passed by Senate Joint Resolution 298 that designates the month of July as National Ice Cream Month, and further goes on to say that the third Sunday in July is National Ice Cream Day, this year being July the 19th. Now, the President goes on to say and call upon people of the United States to observe these events with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Now, as you know, there have been devastating consequences as a result of the worldwide pandemic, particularly on small business. Now, the food service business has been particularly affected negatively in that many restaurants and food service establishments have either closed or cannot open. Now, your local ice cream shop finds themselves within that segment of the food service community. And so I encourage you this July, being National Ice Cream Month, to get out there and support your local ice cream shop. Our ice cream shops and ice cream have been with you in the good times, and they've been with you in the sad times. And for no other reason, let's get out there and support your local ice cream shop owner and all of their employees to help make this July, this National Ice Cream Month, the best it can be for ice cream retailers around the country. So on behalf of the National Ice Cream Retailers Association, please stay safe, enjoy National Ice Cream Month, and support your local ice cream shop. Hey there, my name is Steve Christensen. I'm the Executive Director of the National Ice Cream Retailers.
And welcome back to The Cellar. You're tuning with Richard Glover. Real quick, before I go to Malia, Joe, are you an ice cream person?
I was. I'm like a lot of black men. I can no longer. I mean, I could, Rich,
I understand.
But it ain't going. If I eat it on Friday, it ain't gonna be nothing going on till Tuesday.
I understand.
Till Tuesday. Yes. The last time I went real hard. It sat me down. Set me all the way down.
I did that once before,
but
too.
that Haagen-Dazs with the cone and the caramel and the chocolate, the cone caramel chocolate sundae.
Yes.
Oh, the devil made that one.
Yeah, well, see,
and he got me.
See,
it's one of my favorites.
My favorite and my favorite, my good and my bad is Klondike bars. My mother got me on those things.
What would you do
without
for a Klondike bar?
I would do a whole lot, but we won't talk about that tonight. We're going to tune in with Glam with Malia. Malia, how you doing? Sorry about that. I just had to make sure we get our ice cream thing out there. So how you doing today, Malia? Welcome to The Cellar again. What do you have for us?
Yes, so I'm going to be talking about obviously some beauty tips, but we're going to be talking about the top 5 makeup products for all women that can use to have that natural glowing look on their face, especially like us going to Miami or just going out for a cute date night or something like that. So come on, let's get started. So I am going to be talking about this really cute bronzer and primers, mascaras, the whole shebang for you guys, because obviously I love sharing my tips and I want to give it to you all. So let's get started. So this right here is the Benefit They're Real mascara. It lifts and plumps your eyelashes and makes it look so good. If most women don't have lash extensions, that is a perfect one. It runs about $25 to $26. You can also purchase it at Ulta, $12. I am obsessed with it. I use it on my lashes. It's just not really like holding down. It just looks really amazing. So that is the top one for this summer. The next one that I will be talking about is going to be this stain from Sephora. So actually right now I have that color. It goes with any outfit and it looks colors, which
Yes,
isn't so
and we're
bad.
having a little audio issue there, but we'll come back with Malia. So
Okay, it happens.
It happens. Yeah, this is internet TV.
Yeah, this internet TV is a little different. It's like a Star Wars transmission. You know how
Exactly.
they be broke up.
Exactly.
When Han Solo can't hear Chewbacca because he all the way across the galaxy. It's the same thing going on with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Absolutely,
It's the same thing.
And I don't know why we can't have it right. I mean, I was thinking internet would be the better thing
Nah,
to do.
they still getting it.
I'm
together.
watching CNN and they still have the same issue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So-
This is
Exactly.
Wolf Blitzer, and I'm coming to you live from, you know. So,
Or Brooke Baldwin would say something like, I think we lost. Are you there?
Yep.
Are you there? We'll be right back.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm learning how to do that, I'm learning how to, stay calm. And,
Right, don't trip. The
don't
people,
trip.
plus the people who look, they know that that's how their phones at.
Exactly.
That's exactly how their phones at. Go ride through the wrong part of town, your phone,
You on
your
the
phone
phone-
catch COVID right quick.
You're on the phone trying to get that last digit of her number. And she says, and you say, wait a minute. I can't hear you.
301-592-07.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You hear me? Exactly.
So Joe, let's talk a little bit more about you, man, because you are. I like the shirt, Original Chocolate City.
Man, I'm gonna ride for Chocolate City forever. I got lucky enough to grow up here in Washington D.C. in the time where blacks were being very progressive. My dad came here to go to Howard Law, and my mom came and worked at the original Children's Hospital, which was right around the corner from Howard Law.
Exactly.
It was right on 13th and W.
I think it was W, yeah.
Something like that, and so like 12th and W, something like that. So, and they were both college educated. We started in Southeast. Right? Shout out to Jasper Place. Shout out to Penn Southern before we moved to Seat Pleasant. And, I got to grow up watching, African Americans be everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Between my mom's culture and my dad's culture, my mom's work culture,
right,
my dad's work culture, I got to see black folks from every walk, feel every job from every walk of life. And these were regular, everyday, black. Yeah, my dad was an attorney for the Department of Education, but if I can keep it real on your show, he also sold weed.
Wait a minute.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
That's how we do.
He came from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, went to Tennessee State University. Marijuana he had been around marijuana his entire life.
Okay.
He gets to D.C. and everybody's looking for some marijuana. And I'm talking, I'm not going to incriminate anyone, but I saw everyone from doctors and lawyers and judges and police officers come and, need to get some weed from my pops. And I thought nothing of it. He explained the illegality of it. This is an illegal act. This is an illegal substance. If you do use it, you can go to jail, and it can be addictive. And he broke all of that down for us and so on and so forth. He smoked as well. Oh, Rich. Oh, he smoked as well. And so that was the thing. So you could imagine growing up with an educated attorney, weed dealer, and my mom, who started out in the hospital, then became a professor of writing. You can understand where, and I'm growing up in D.C. and Seat Pleasant. I'm splitting weekends and then weeks between Seat Pleasant and D.C. You can imagine what I was able to digest. Right. My father swore by the National Mall. When we were kids, it's Saturday. He's got his kids. He's got 4 kids that he's got to do the weekend with. Right. Where you going to go with 4 kids? Just take them to the National Mall. Now, I didn't realize when he was going in the back room, he was smoking something. He was going to enjoy the museum more than us.
Or even keeping his nerves calm.
Kids. Well, first the nerves are all calm, and then by the time you get in the museum, hey, you guys, look at this tapestry. This is a tapestry. It comes from Ghana, and it's really groovy, isn't it? Isn't it cool, man? Y'all just look at this for a minute. And I'm like, no, we want to move on to the next exhibit. Well, you guys go ahead. I'm going to stay here. And he be in his own little world. And I didn't realize until I was much older what was going on. But, You know, that's my dad, and I'll roll to the ends of the earth and defend my father.
I know that's
forever.
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I know that's right. You know, so real quick, so what made you get into comedy? I mean, I can tell now it's a natural for you.
Well, here's the thing. I'm posting us right now too on Instagram.
Awesome! I appreciate you.
I'm putting it. I spelled it correctly. Did I spell it correctly?
It looks great, man.
There we go. Great. There we go.
And see, this is the type of guest I need to have. You know.
Yeah, this is how you do that. So, I'm at Morgan State University. I'm pursuing a degree in psychology.
Okay.
At the time, and I have to be quite honest for anyone who's watching. I'm graduating from college, and first, the academics was the last reason I went away to college.
Okay. Okay.
I did not go to further my academic life and, learn all of it. No. There was women.
I know that's right.
And there was freedom.
There you go.
No parents. And so I took to college. Mm-hmm. I took to Morgan State like a fish to water.
Wow.
Made sense to me immediately.
Absolutely.
Immediately. Mm-hmm. Now, my professors would tell you I was the worst student. They had to pull the stuff out of me, but I just didn't see I understand your Pythagorean theorem.
Right.
I don't understand having to do an assignment on it because I'm not going to be a Pythagorean theorist.
Okay.
That's not where I'm headed when I get out of here. So your pop quiz, I get it. You're going to give me an F. Fine. Fine, if that's what you want to do. I have no problem with your F because I'm putting myself through school. True. I was putting myself through school. This was on my dime.
Okay.
I worked at Pizza Hut and I threw parties. That's what I did. I threw parties to pay tuition, and I worked at Pizza Hut, and I was an RA in the dorms.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I made ends meet. And while I was doing that, people were like, man, you should be a comedian. And I had heard it. If you come from this area, yeah. if you're not known for knocking people out, you better be funny.
Wow. Okay.
You better at least know how to Jones somebody out, as we say in the street. Yeah. And you better be. And I realized early I was good with it. Okay. I got that from my older brother, my dad. Okay. In my family, I'm not the funny one. Everybody else is 10 times smarter than me, which means their wit is 8 million times bigger and better than mine. I'm just the guy who could break it down for an audience, okay, and put some antics with it, and it becomes a comedy show. And so, people were like, you should be a comedian, you should be a comedian. And I had a roommate. We were running the dorm, and we lived at the time, they were apartments. Mm-hmm. We had a student protest, and so Morgan State decided to fix the dorms. And while fixing the dorms, they had to move the students off campus in apartments. We got apartments. My roommate was your frat brother. Shout out to my man Dundee, wherever you are, because he was the most gangster alpha I ever seen. Because I'm thinking alphas are very astute. Okay. All the alphas are very astute, very scholarly brothers. Their mind on academia and industry and industrious. Absolutely. Man, he was a gangster. My roommate Dundee Vander. His name was
a gangster alpha.
Was Vander, and he was he was the most gangster alpha I ever met. Wow. We would have poker games on Friday nights. Okay. And he told me, like, the first day we met, he's like, this is how we gonna eat. Because the house always wins. Don't worry about that. The house always wins. You just invite a few people up and let me get their pockets straight. And we gonna always have groceries. And so anyway, one day I came in late, and him and his frat brothers were playing cards, and I sat down, drank some beers with him in it. And they like, you funny, but you only funny around us. I bet you can't be funny on stage. And every comedian hears that at some point in his life. Yeah. And I was like, it's me, 1 Kappa, and 3 alphas. So now I really got to stick my chest out like, when? What? Where? Who? What? What's the bet? Bet. And they bet me a case of beer. Okay. In college, case of beer, that's big money. That is. That's like 75 packs of cigarettes in prison. Anyway. So you funny. Anyway, they bet me, and the Qs were having a gong show. Oh, wow. On campus. And my first comedy show was in front of my peers on campus, and I was pretty popular. So it better go good, because if not, that's the end of your comedy career right then and there. And it went splashing.
Oh yeah, we have an emergency about the
Sorry, emergency.
I get
there
okay,
you go.
Sorry, emergency.
You're gonna hear back there in a second. Weather emergency. And I go up and it went excellent. It's legendary.
Okay.
I did something very legendary on stage that I've never repeated ever again. Remember when Daffy Duck drank the nitroglycerin?
Yeah.
With Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
For his last. Yeah, I did one of them.
Oh wow!
And and I never did it again. But once I got the feedback from the audience, I was like, maybe there is something here. But at the time, I'm in college. I'm pursuing this degree, and so I didn't know if I could really be a comic. And somebody invited me to a comedy club, to a nightclub that had a comedy night.
Oh wow! And
I went that night. And what ended up happening, Richard, is I'm trying to do college jokes in front of this Friday night regular people crowd.
Yeah, for sophisticated.
And they're not really with it. Mm-hmm. And so one guy decides to try to heckle me.
Oh no.
Well,
Big mistake.
The rest is history, because I was like, phew. Thank you, Jesus.
That was
Thank you, Lord.
That was that part that got you right. And
I went straight to your mother this, and your mother that, and your mother this, and your father, and your sister's name is Keith, and, all those kinds of things. Yeah, your brother named Tasha, and all, I went into all that stuff. And somebody bought me a drink.
Really?
While I was on stage, they handed me a drink, and I was like,
wow.
They give you drinks? They give you drinks for this? That's when I was sold. Wow. And then in between that, I got on and I became a social worker. I did get my degree. I've ended up getting my degree, and I became a social worker. And I worked with homeless teens, homeless kids, kids who reflected, who I saw a bunch of myself in. Because if it had not been for the grace of my parents, could have easily ended up anywhere. Yeah. As you can see, academia wasn't my thing. Working hard, I will work hard, but it just does not have a lot of appeal for me. If we're gonna be honest, it does not hold a lot of appeal for me. Sweating for $1. Now, sweating while you partying with a girl, that's a whole nother story. Sweating, I might sweat in the gym. I sweat in the gym. It's working on myself. Sweating when I'm with my wife.
All right.
I'll do that, but sweating at the job, nah, I'm not stressing at the job. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And so comedy seemed like, boom, the perfect job. I really went away to Morgan State to be an artist. Really? I was painting and drawing at the time. I thought I was going to be an artist. And I make music, and that's my form of artistry. Okay. But comedy was the job that I fell into, and it's been serving me ever since.
Man, it's amazing. And then kind of from that it moved into radio and being a VJ.
Yeah. Those things were just like, I wonder if I can do this. No. I was sitting there, I wonder if I can do that job too. Let me see. Because when you're young, you have a college degree, you're from D.C., from Prince George's County, and living in D.C. I moved back home. I moved back here from Baltimore, and I was staying on Capitol Hill. I felt invincible.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like, this is how it's supposed to be for me, going forward. And what other job can I do? Yeah. So you remember Ricky Lake?
I sure did.
Second season of Ricky Lake, she was still somewhat on journalism. She was still doing hard stories. Because remember, she started out with news. She came on the back of Phil Donahue.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Losing out to Oprah and Sally Jesse Raphael. Right. Now, Sally Jesse Raphael was taking the going on with the sensational stories.
Absolutely.
And Oprah was doing Oprah. Here was Ricky Lake, and they were saying, "Oh, you're the new for the younger," and she was still trying to do news.
Right.
And they asked if you had ever been harassed by the police for no apparent reason. Please call the Ricky Lake Show. I was like, I know I ain't getting through. I ain't getting through on this one, because the phone line's going to be backed up. There's no way I'm getting through. But I got through. I left a message.
Really?
Told them I was a comedian, starting out in Washington, D.C., police this and police that, and so on and so forth. What they did is they called back and asked if I would come on and debate with a black conservative talk show host. His name is Ken Hamlin.
I remember Ken Hamlin.
Ken Hamlin.
Ken Hamlin, yes.
I had seen him on Fox about 2 months prior. And I have nothing against black conservatives, except for Ken Hamlin said, I have this gold card and I never have to go back to the projects. And for me, I felt like you're the person we need to see in the projects the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care if you come once a week for 20 minutes, say hey to Miss Johnson, hey to Miss whoever. I know the guys there probably still try to bully you and all those kinds of things, but you've made it and we need to see you. And so that was the point I wanted to make with this brother. And so they had me on. I was on Ricky Lake. Came over, you should have seen me, man. I had on a black beret. I had on, I'm fresh out of Morgan, so I had a black beret with the pointy top. Had a hoop in my ear. Had on this fresh little suit, some little rider boots and everything. And I did my thing. So I do the Ricky Lake show, and it comes on television 2 days later. 2 days later just happened to be a Thursday. Thursday just happened to be VIP night at the Mirage.
Wow.
In Southeast. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm following.
I had a VIP card.
I'm following.
Now, prior to this, I was just a guy in the club.
Right.
But this night, I decided to go in, and I'm just thinking I'm going to be a guy in the club. And I'm standing at the bar doing my usual. I dance and everything else. This girl comes over and says, hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold up a second. Whoa. Girl, that's him, ain't it? Who? From Ricky Lake. And I was like,
really?
What? They were like, was you on Ricky Lake? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was on Ricky. You was on Ricky Lake? Yes! And they went crazy, started buying me drinks, giving me hugs, standing next to me, making me somebody. I'm somebody because now they here, and then other people in the club are like, well, remember he was on Ricky? Oh, yeah, I did see Slim on Ricky. Yeah, he was on Ricky Lake because I had the same beret and outfit on that I had on Ricky Lake. And I was like, this is incredible. This is most incredible. I could not believe it. I was like, they really do act like that. And it's just Ricky Lake.
It's true.
It's just Ricky Lake. So after I got on Ricky Lake, I was like, okay, I'm getting on BET. I'm getting on BET. I need to be on Rap City. I need to be on Rap City. I was watching Rap City every day. Oh, I had quit my job as a social worker and was pursuing comedy full time at this point. And Ricky Lake was the first thing I got on television. And I was like, I'm getting on BET. So I walked up the street to the payphone because my roommate had gotten our phone cut off. It wasn't me. I kept the phone bill paid, Rich. Gotten our phone cut off. Huh?
Because you was on Ricky Lake.
Yeah, I was on Ricky Lake. I need people to call me. And so I would go to the payphone, drop a quarter, and call BET and leave a message for the senior producer of Rap City. Hi, my name is Joe Clay. I'm a comedian. I need to be on your show. I know everything about hip-hop. Please give me a call back. When I didn't hear from him, I would call again the following week. Hey, my name is Joe Clay. And that went on for about 10, 11 months.
Wow.
I had nothing to lose. I had nothing to lose, and I had everything to gain. Even if he said no, I was going to say, well, do y'all need an intern? We don't have interns. Okay, listen, the next time you're going to shoot, how about y'all help me? How about I come and help y'all move cables? I was going to, I had nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Well, what ended up happening is a buddy of mine who's a DJ calls me and says, hey, man, this is 10 months later. I finally have a phone now. Hey, man, going to be on Rap City DJing tomorrow. Now, he had no idea I had been calling these people.
Really?
That was between me and God.
Wow.
Between me and God. I was like, God, because I don't want to look, you don't want to look stupid.
Exactly, no.
You don't want to look silly. But I was like, I don't have any other course of action, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to be on Rap City. And I said, well, tell them they can shoot at my house. I just threw it out there. Man, we'll be at your house tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Wow. Really?
So, I I don't know if you know, I do this moment of clarity on my radio
Yes,
show.
you do. I've always watched
My faith in how the universe works was solidified that day. Wow. I grew up understanding religion and spirituality and faith,
Yes.
cosmic law,
Yes.
God's divine law, and all of those things. And I had to reconcile them somehow into what I believed. That day, all of them became very crystal clear about how the universe works and my place in it.
That's right.
The rest is history.
Wow. And we're gonna take a quick break because I've gotten so engrossed because I'm actually listening to you talk, and I'm imagining myself when I was in high school trying to get in radio.
Same. There you go.
You know, I just didn't have that faith without the fear. See, I had the fear more than to try to get out there and do that. Like, I would never call anybody back. It was great in high school. It was a great run. Everybody loved me. You know, all my yearbook was saying, we're going to see you on WOK, all the different radio stations. You know, I went into music because I felt comfortable in that medium right there.
Okay.
Playing the piano for the school, the whole bit. But we gotta don't go nowhere.
I have to learn how to play piano, so we'll talk.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe I can learn a joke or two. No, I'm kidding.
I'll tell you, come on.
I do not want to get no apples thrown at me. Just give me a bottle of wine. I'm good. This is what I'm good at, you know. And before the night is out, we're going to talk about the wines that's coming up for the holiday, because Sunday is the 4th of July. Monday is the actual holiday. Well, Sunday is the actual holiday. Monday is where we're going to celebrate it. And I want to make sure that while you're out there, you're enjoying your hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, crabs, and, of course, with a nice bottle of wine. And before we leave tonight, we're going to taste this Shinante. So don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. You're tuned into the Cellar with Richard Glover. I got my main man, my main scrapper, even though he's a capper. My main scrapper, even though he's a capper, Joe Claire in the house. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Yes, indeed.
I think we got her back. Malia, you want to give him that last tip?
Yes, I would love to.
Hey, Malia.
Hey, how are you?
I'm chilling.
Okay, yeah. So my last tip for you guys, for all the girls out there, is this #1 toothpaste hangover primer. It is made with coconut milk and has absorbed water. It's really luscious and it feels silk on your skin. It is perfect for the summer. Even if you do sweat or something like that, you still have that amazing glow. This is at Ulta for around $20 or $25, but they also do have the small little sizes as well. So yes, those are my tips for this summer. Also, forgot about this one, this Hoola bronzer. This is literally like magic. It is the perfect kind of like a cocoa brown color that will look good on your skin. I'm obsessed with it. I actually have it on right now. It's a little glow, little shimmer. Put it on your face. You could probably even put it like on your neck or your collarbone. Just give it that little pop. I know a lot of people say when I wear it, they're like, oh my gosh, like, have you gone on a trip? It gives you like a little spray tan look. I love it. Also has it for a mini size, which is $12, and then also the full size for $25. So yes, that are my tips for this week for the top 5 makeup products for natural beauty for women.
Awesome. And Malia, we'll see you next Thursday. Well, we'll see you Monday.
Yes, I will be in Miami this Monday. I cannot wait.
Absolutely. And we're gonna be broadcasting live during the Miss Bikini pageant down in Miami.
Yeah, my wife don't let me watch those things. Sorry, Malia. I'm going to miss it. But good luck.
All right, thank you.
Go kill it.
Awesome.
Shoot me pictures on Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Great. We're gonna real quick. I want to, Joe.
Yeah.
So I got some tips, really quick, easy tips,
Okay.
because a lot of people will be going out
Yes.
to the monument. There's going to be a major firework display out
Mm-hmm.
there. They're going to be laying out on the grass. We're now on 100%.
I'm still masking in some places.
Me too.
And I ain't even
Me
playing
too.
around.
I
They got these
mask it.
variants.
Every time I walk out the house, I got a mask on.
Yeah, they got these variants. The variants is something else.
Woo,
The
man.
variants.
If the regular one don't get you, the variants will
Yeah,
knock you out.
variant. I'm coming.
Exactly, absolutely.
The
But
variant's like a Newport.
like a Newport,
Yeah, it's got that menthol.
you got that menthol in it. I never understood the menthol thing because I never smoked
Me
cigarettes.
either. Me either. So I don't know.
Well, look, for folks who are doing traditional cabs or doing something, I would say if you're doing a traditional burger, a traditional cab would go great with that, like
Okay.
a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
I would do at least 100-point cab though.
What is 100 point?
100 points mean that it's qualified as a premium wine.
Got you. Okay.
And wines got point levels to them.
Got you.
Anything below, I don't mess with, and this is just me. I don't mess with anything below a 90.
Got you.
Even though there are some 81 points in wines, and that's how they sort of classify them based on the ingredients, based on the harvest, when they were harvested,
Region,
the
how it
region.
was that season.
Absolutely.
and
You
all
know
that.
about your
Okay.
wines, man.
Got you. Okay.
So
Makes sense.
if you're going to do a burger, and I'm thinking those big burgers that people do, I don't know how to cook, so
Not not that
That's a
thin,
little-
not that thin one you get
Nah.
from Murray Steaks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And where's Murray Steaks? Are they still around?
They somewhere.
Somewhere. Other than
I
that.
keep seeing it.
I
I
keep
think we got a box in the freezer somewhere. An old box of clam strips or something.
Well, I would definitely recommend a Syrah and a Cabernet Sauvignon for that.
For the burgers.
For the burgers.
Got
Now, because it's going to be hot outside, and it's going to be hot, and it's
gonna
going to
be
be really
hot.
hot on. I would recommend, and this is not one of my go-to wines, but I would recommend a Zinfandel.
Okay.
Because Zinfandels, when they're frozen, when you chill them, they have a really good beginning taste.
But don't they have red Zinfandel as well?
Yes, they do. And the
There's
reds
white
would be good.
Zinfandel that we're all very familiar with. That
Exactly.
came in we started drinking white Zinfandel around the Nita Baker era.
Yep,
And
that's
then
right.
That went along with when the short haircuts and the white Zinfandel.
And those reds are actually like a rosé.
Okay, gotcha.
But this man knows his wine.
I don't listen.
Let me
I don't
keep
know
on- let me
that
keep
much.
on
I just
going.
know a few things.
All right, so now this is going to be question and answer now. Joe-
Okay.
And I know Joe's going to come up with a good answer. So if you're doing seafood,
Okay.
now I'm going to give you a choice. You could, and this is not that these are recommended choices, but I'm just going to put some out there.
Okay.
Moscato, Pinot Grigio, or Chardonnay. What would you recommend with seafood?
I'm going Chardonnay.
The man is a genius.
I'm going Chardonnay. I do not touch Moscato. I can. Somebody gave me. All right. I got a story. I got a Moscato story.
Okay.
You got time?
Yeah, we got time.
Man, one night after a show, comedians, we drink. We drink liquor.
Awesome.
Comedians drink liquor.
They sure do.
I'm just going to put that out there. We drink liquor. There's a few that might have some wine before their liquor.
Right.
We drink liquor. So I finished this show, and Carl Thomas, the singer, is on the show. We're at the bar. Carl goes to the bar, orders drinks. I said, no problem. He said, I got you. I said, cool. He comes back and hands me a glass of white wine. I'm thinking at least this man got us Chardonnay, something dry. Maybe we order food next.
Exactly.
When that man handed me that Moscato,
Oh my goodness.
remember he had that song, I Wish I Never Met Her? I wish I never met him. Carl, if you can hear this, I wish I never met you that day, brother.
Why Moscato?
I don't know why. It was coming into hip hop style at the time.
Okay, yeah,
at the
yeah,
time it was the
yeah.
hot thing in hip hop, and I took a sip and immediately put it down.
Yeah,
and went and got me some liquor.
Some liquor.
Some liquor.
Well,
But if I was having seafood, I'm gonna go Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, because it's full. It could be medium body and full body, and it
Exactly.
could be buttery or it could be all oaky.
See, I don't know how to get to the buttery or the oaky.
But you nailed it. You nailed
I've had most. I guess
nailed
I'm going to say I think I've had mostly oaky.
Okay. Yeah, probably because if you like rum, you're gonna like that oak.
That's probably why I picked up. You know what? That's probably why the oak notes.
Okay.
Because I know you. There you go.
So now because we celebrate on the 4th of July, and it's a big celebration for the independence of America. What now? A lot of people are going to your champagnes, or or should I say your sparkling wine as a national wine. What sparkling wine, if you had a choice to go with? Now, there's the Prosecco.
Okay.
And then there's the Bertinuna, which is a sparkling wine. It's out of New York.
Okay.
Prosecco is Italian.
Okay. You said the what's the name of that?
Bertuna.
It's from
New York.
Oh, it's grown in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And the Prosecco is
it's mostly Italian. It's started in Italy, but you can grow it anywhere now.
I'm going Prosecco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's why.
Okay.
Yo, you know how New York is.
Yeah.
They just now getting to the wines, B. So hold up though. That wine it's a little too rough for me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know how New York guys talk. Yo, the wine too rough, B. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that Prosecco. They've been doing it for centuries over there. Boom, boom, and boom. And then I'll come back and try the New York wine.
Yes.
If it's okay, I'll call my mans and then boom, we'll do that.
And you know what? Interesting enough, Prosecco is really being upgraded by the critics, saying that it's almost just like your French wines, which is champagnes.
How about that?
So they're running neck and neck with the Italians and the French on that champagne, even though you can't say a Prosecco is a champagne because it wasn't made in Champagne, France.
Because it wasn't made in Champagne.
But it's an Italian.
Well, that's why I don't like the critics, because they always come around to the stuff that they thought was garbage that somebody knows is delicious.
Yeah.
And then maybe we were wrong about. Remember they were wrong about rockfish.
That's right.
Remember they were wrong about rockfish.
That's right.
When collard greens is going for $12 in some of these restaurants around here in DC nowadays. It'll come next to a piece of fish or something with a white tablecloth. I'm like, $12 for collard greens.
That's right.
Y'all used to say this was slave food. Oh, now y'all serving slave food for $15 a pop as a side dish.
As a side dish. That's right. Yeah.
So I don't like the critics,
Okay.
but
I appreciate that.
Prosecco is what I'm gonna go with.
There you go. Now, one last one. We're gonna take a quick break. Because when we come back, we're gonna taste this wine here. I know you're a rum guy.
Yes.
But you gotta taste this Shinante right
No
here.
problem.
And, it's an Italian Shinante too. So
No
tell me
problem.
what you think. All right. So now I'm telling a lot of people. You talked about the rosé. You talked about that Moscato or that Zinfandel that was like
the red Zinfandel.
Yeah. Well, there's a new wine that you can do. Well, a lot of people do a rosé, but there's a new one that's not really new, but it's been out there for a while, but it's really getting a whole lot of hype. Frosé.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. It's
Frosé?
Sort of it's like it's very popular. Yeah, very popular. It's almost like you can do it in different types. It's almost like a frozen drink wine. You can do it. You could do a frosé with a Pinot Noir. You could do it with any type of wine. It's more. I've had a taste of it once before, and I've never had it again. But I'm going to really try because a lot of people are saying that try
Frozen wine.
Yeah, a frosé, which is sort of like a rosé, but it's got sort of almost like a smoothie type taste to it. But it's good. It's good.
That makes sense.
It's frosted.
Well, in the hood, they've been putting ice cubes in wine.
Don't go there because I got.
Hey, let's keep. Everybody does not have the same level of etiquette as everyone else, and you have to meet people where they are.
Yes, you do.
When I see somebody do it, I just move to the other side of the party because that's not my side.
Exactly.
Tonight. Not tonight. I don't know y'all tonight. I'm over here with the people
and
who
I have
know
too many friends
better.
That female friends, they will put ice in red wine and put ice.
Now,
already the white wine is frozen, it's chilled. So why are you putting?
My wife will definitely put the ice in it and will look at you because she got a PhD. So she's arrived and she will look down her nose and be like, "What? You got a problem with it?" She's from Baltimore. She will fight you. So keep your opinions to yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna have to turn on to this frosé.
Turn on to the frosé.
I'm gonna have to turn on to the frosé. We got to make a Friday night out of that.
You heard that, Miss Claire? Frosé on a Friday. Frosé on a Friday.
with Tupac's greatest hits.
There you go. There you go.
We're
going to take a quick break, Joe. We're going to come back. We're going to taste this wine. And I just want to, I was going to ask you earlier this week, would you do any stand-up? But you already been doing it.
Oh, cool. Cool, yeah.
Just
let me talk.
I'm going to let you talk, man.
We be funny.
So let's do this. Let's go to a quick minute break or so. We got a minute commercial we can do, and then we'll come back.
Don't y'all go nowhere. We're going to check this out from our almost sponsors.
There you go.
They almost our sponsors, but not quite yet. If y'all watch it, they might become our sponsor.
Awesome. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cellar. I'm your host, Richard Glover. We talk about wine, fashion, and lifestyle. And this is our segment where we do the wine tasting. And of course, I always have my special guest to do that with me. So, Joe, we're going to take, this is a Chianti from Italy. And normally I do a technical tasting. That's why a lot of time people say I'm boring, because I believe in going to the real wine. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
I want you to know what you're doing, what you're tasting, and how to taste it. So we're going to first look in the glass, and we call it the 3 C's. Women like the 4 C's, but we call it the 3 C's: color, clarity, and content. And then it's interesting, Joe. You're correctly looking into the glass of wine. You are correct.
Brother, I'm just doing what I seen people do in the movies, man. I seen them do this on TV and on the movies.
Okay.
So,
well, you see the very thin water. You see not the very, but it's thin, watery edge.
Yep.
Then you see some like a little pinkness. And then you see the color of the wine. Looks sort of like a ruby color to it.
Exactly.
Some dark cherries in there, some blackberries and stuff are in there. So now what we're going to do is put our nose in the glass and smell it. What do you smell?
Smell like when my parents were still together, man.
Okay, there you go. Now swirl it.
And the company was coming over.
That's right. That fresh wine they put out on the table, and the food you smell the food. Now smell it again. That's a change in the smell, isn't it?
How does that happen?
What's mystical about it? Well, wine is
alive.
It's alive, and it always opens up 100%. And when it opens and you swirl it, you allow the alcohol to be subsided, and then you bring out the aromas. The fruit, the berries that are in it, like the black cherry and the vanilla and the spices that are in it.
Man, hit my nose hard too.
Now let's taste it.
Let's taste. How am I?
You
still hold?
You still hold it with the stem. You're doing
okay,
it. Okay,
just still the stem.
Yeah. Now when you taste it, put the tongue out first. And let it touch the
does it make a difference with hand?
No,
I'm a righty.
It doesn't make it.
Okay, just checking.
Okay. Now it doesn't make a difference with hand, but when you touch it, let the tip of your tongue touches the wine first, then lay it on your palate for about 13 seconds, and then swallow it.
Okay.
Wow. Now, the Chianti is a medium-bodied wine for red wine. So, and the thing about it, when you taste it on the tip of your tongue, it's very light.
Yes.
It's very light. There's no bite on it, but when you lay it on your palate, you begin to feel the fullness of the wine itself, and you you begin to taste the peppers and all of this, the aroma, the bouquet that's in it, all that good stuff. And then when you swallow it, though, was it long or short? Did it linger on your?
It lingers.
It lingers a little bit.
For me, it lingers.
Okay. And that's in a lot. For me, it was a little short. I mean, it lingered a little bit, but it wasn't as wet as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
I like my wines wet.
Okay. Hey. So, as I was saying, we're riding through the south of France, and I've got this great brie with me. I've got bread, and I don't have wine. And the car breaks down, Richard, outside of a vineyard. Go figure.
And what do you do?
Well, you could imagine me, brie, bread, and I, convinced this farmer, this guy who's running this vineyard, to give me a couple bottles of wine. Mm-hmm. Man, I stayed there for 3 days. They invited me in. I became part of the family. I speak a little French now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do you like Matthew McConaughey did in that movie where he said, "Now imagine this is in Italy." The same thing.
Right.
And you say, "I want me a glass of Chianti."
I want me a glass. Oh, so I break down in Florence. I'm in Tuscany, right? And ain't that Tucson? I'm in Tuscany.
Exactly. Thank you. Woo! Thank you.
Ain't that Tucson? It is if you're drinking Moscato.
Exactly.
It right. is if you're having a Moscato.
That's right.
But if you're drinking this Chianti, it is Tuscany.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And now listen, let me ask you a question. When you pour, is it considered vulgar to pour a big old glass of wine? I noticed that people pour a smaller amount, and then throughout the night you'll drink a small amount a bunch of times.
Yes. So actually,
our in studio guest Harry didn't get that memo because he filled his whole glass up.
He said keep
and
going,
it's
keep
empty
going,
too.
And it's empty.
He drank that joint like he was on Game of Thrones.
When it's red wine and in a glass like this, it should be somewhere from 4 to 6 ounces. Or I should have done 6 ounces. If it's white wine, I do 4 ounces.
Gotcha.
Again, like you said, because you don't want to fill it all the way up to the beginning.
Especially in this beautiful stem wit.
Exactly. You don't have no space to swirl. That's why you swirl all night long.
Exactly. And Harry didn't know that I knew what stemware was.
See there? He knows his stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the great, the amazing, the infamous Mr. Joe Clare is here in the studio.
Yes,
Joe,
indeed.
Man, how can our listeners and viewers reach out to you?
Just hit me at Joe Clare everywhere. There's no E on the end of Clare. And on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I'm going to TikTok, Snapchat. You can look for me on LinkedIn. That's where you find me. I have a lot of things in the works coming up soon. And there is no more Joe Clare Morning Show on WPGC anymore. The people are still getting the news. They're still finding out, so I might as well say it here as well. But we've parted on great terms.
Awesome.
And I love my WPGC family and all of the people over there. So I'm going to miss you guys. But there's a ton of other things that have to get done.
Absolutely.
Miss Claire is not playing.
I know that's right.
Look at here, Rich. Miss Claire is not playing.
I can't call you so they'll hit the golf course.
No,
go to a winery and drink some wine.
Oh, we can go to the golf course if there's a check involved. If we turn it into content of some sort, something like that, or we can go to all the golf courses you want. But if it ain't no check, or we can't go do nothing.
I hear that.
There,
I don't want Miss Claire hollering at me.
I only get to relax with her and the kids. Other than that, my friends, I better be making some money with them. She's like, at this age, you and your friends better be making money together. They're the only friends you got. They don't make you no money. They ain't your real friend.
Awesome, man. You have an amazing family. I've seen pictures of you and the family.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
You always have them with you a lot, man.
I'm very proud of them.
I happened to look at a lot of Getty images, and I saw that that you're definitely he's definitely a strong family man.
Yeah, man.
Big ups to you, man. Hey, we're gonna miss you on PGC.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're Joe Clare.
We move on and we move
up.
on
and you move up, and you got a book coming out.
Yes, indeed. You got Moment of Clarity book is on its way.
And the Moment of Clarity, man, is what we're going to miss.
Well, I still do the Moment of Clarity. You can catch me on Instagram and Facebook.
Great.
And I'll still put those up daily. Awesome. And the book will be coming out along with some other things I have in works. Absolutely. I started a cake company. We'll talk about that on the next
on the next time. We got to have
because I bake.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh man, we gotta have you. We gotta do wine and have
I'll bring the cake. I'll bring the cake.
Yeah.
I'll bring the
now,
cake.
What do they call the chefs that make pastry chef?
Pastry chef.
We're gonna have.
I don't know about all that. I just bake cake. Call me a cake man.
My man, my friend, Joe Clair. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
This is your home. You're always welcome to come back to the Cellar.
I'll be back in the Cellar.
You know, where we do wine, fashion, and lifestyle. We got so much more to talk about.
Me and Miss Clay on this couch.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, you tune into the Cellar. You know, thank you so much for tuning in. Moscato. My good friend. And I'm gonna say my good friend because this is not the last time. You know, I've been following this guy for a long time. I was one of those little like hidden secret, you know, admirers and mentee. Woo! You know, you and Guy Lambert, you guys. You know, I watch you, listen to you all the time on your show. You know, on the O show, the PGC
thank
show,
you, man.
the morning show. You know, but. You know, you're missed from there, but you're not forgotten.
Thank you.
And we're gonna follow you. I'm gonna tell the Cellar you follow Joe Clair. He got all of his social handles. But Joe, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, we both do.
We do. You know, if you noticed that I had a jet plane when the first shot the Cellar. It's now waiting in the alley for me.
Oh,
and I got to get out.
And you can't leave it in that alley too long.
Not out here on O Street, huh?
It won't be no jet plane. It'll be a propeller on that jump.
Hey Joe, I have a little end of the show thing called. Take time, enjoy fine wine. And at the end of it, I say, I will see you next time in the Cellar. Can you join me and say in the Cellar at the end of that?
Yes.
Awesome. Folks, like I always say, is take time, enjoy fine wine. And we'll see you next time in the Cellar.
Yes.